Good day to everyone. I'm Aradhana Gupta, and today I'll be presenting my community engagement program, which was actually a wall painting initiative called as Art Shala. So I'll be sharing my screen and presenting the PowerPoint presentation. Um, So, our project focused mainly on how we can use art as a medium to bring positive social change by transforming vacant and dull public spaces into vibrant and welcoming environments, which was done carried out at two locations. One, the beneficiaries were students, and for the second one, there were residents actually who were part of a rehabilitation center, victims who were rescued, and they reside there. So, moving on to our main objectives, which is actually to create a lasting positive impact on the community, to improve the visual appeal of the public spaces where we carried out these initiatives, to contribute to community welfare through volunteer service, to combine creativity with social responsibility, because we understood what social responsibility it is on a deeper level, to enhance learning and building environments which were healing and calming through meaningful artwork murals, and to promote teamwork and collaborative learning among all our group members, and finally to apply our artistic skills for a social cause which created a welcoming and a calming environment for the beneficiaries. Moving on to the action plan. So our initiative is carried out at two locations. First location was called as LK Vakji, which is a public school. This was situated in Matunga. And the days that we carried out our initiative here were 9th and 10th of May. The second location is actually a government monitored rehabilitation center. It was called as the Maharashtra Government Rehabilitation Center. Normally, the residents that were living there were children below the age of 20. However, there were adults as well. But because of it being a rehabilitation center, we were prohibited from interacting with the victims that were living there, and this also caused us a shortage of videos and photos that we could take in this place. Moving on to our activity highlights. So there were 2 days on which the activities were carried out on. So specifically, individually for every location that we did, there were 2 days each. So the first day, which was the 9th of May and the 22nd of May. So on these days, we carried out the sketching work. We sketched out the outlines of the murals that was supposed to be painted on the second day, which was the 10th of May and the 23rd of May. So on these days, then we painted the outlines, we filled them with wall colors, etc. Uh, yeah. Moving on to the outcome of our initiative. Yes. So the initiative actually brought a lot of positive outcomes. The obvious outcome was to transform dull, plain, and vacant walls into vibrant, welcoming environments. The artwork also improved the visual appeal of both the locations, the school and the rehabilitation center, respectfully. And also there was beautification, but beyond beautification, the project also encouraged us to volunteer more, have empathy towards the victims that were living there, and also this helped us understand the social responsibility that we should carry as members of a society. It also strengthened our teamwork and demonstrated how even small changes like coloring walls can create a meaningful and a lasting impact. Lastly, moving on to the summary and the learning. So, through this project, we realized that art has a lot of power when it comes to influencing people and surroundings. Because when you see a plain wall, you don't feel anything. But by sketching out and painting out positive quotes, words of encouragement, words of encouragement, etc., etc., it makes you feel like you belong somewhere, you are seen, you are heard, etc. And both at the public school as well as the rehabilitation center, we made sure that these murals were appropriate to the environment that we're in. So, for example, at the public school, we made educational and child related friendly murals on the classrooms and on the library walls, etc. For example, like making books, writing words of encouragement, such as you should read more, etc. And for the rehabilitation center, the artwork helped create a warm, welcoming, and an emotionally comforting environment while respecting the privacy and well being of the residents that were living there. And most importantly, this experience taught us valuable lessons in planning, communication, teamwork, problem solving, etc., and also helped us taught us to be more responsible with how we participate in the society. It showed us that creativity can be effectively used as a tool for community development. Moving on to the benefits and the insights. So, the project benefited both us and the community, us referring to our group. For the community, it transformed ordinary walls into vibrant spaces. For us students, it helped us develop a lot of skills such as leadership skills, teamwork, creativity, empathy, etc., and a stronger sense of social responsibility, not to forget. And overall, this initiative demonstrated that the community engagement is not only about volunteering, but also about creating meaningful and sustainable changes through our skills and collective effects. So these are some of the pictures. These are from all the 4 days that we carried out our initiatives. And lastly, I would like to speak about my experience. Honestly, I'm somebody that draws very often. I like to sketch, I like to paint a lot. But to do it on such a large scale, I thought it would be challenging. But instead, it was actually quite fun and relaxing, calming at the same time. And I was so engrossed while I was carrying out this initiative. I had a lot of fun, and in fact, I think that I would like to participate in such an initiative once again because I love the idea of transforming dull walls into something which somebody could read and feel happy or feel welcomed. And yes, to generally just make the world a better place by making such small changes. But yes, thank you so much. That was it for my presentation.